Do you ever pause and think about all the good that AI is doing? Or are you stuck in the fear factor of what may happen? Hi, it's Paula Harris, and it's time for another Wisdom Wednesday. So I'm reading a new book that's out, We Are All Gods, and it's talking a lot about AI and putting it into perspective. So AI isn't something new, yet it just became part of our lexicon really in probably December of 2022. And many people fear it greatly. But I think about the advances that we have in our world that we wouldn't have if things like AI didn't exist. I mean, I'm recording right now on an iPhone that has so much capability. The first Cray computer weighed 10,000 pounds and took up a room. I've got it in my hand, and for like a tiny fraction of the cost. Also heard some stories what drones can do. Think about this. You're in Rwanda and you don't have access to good surgical. And you've got these remote villages and 70% of them are washed out when it rains. But there's now a drone service that can bring blood within 2 to 3 hours to a hospital in a remote area and save someone's life. That's amazing. Years ago, I was at a Schwab conference and we heard from a guy who was using 3D printing. Something so, I was thinking, what's that about? But he could print, again, in Africa, prosthetic arms for children who've lost their arms in wartime. Talked about a child who had lost both his arms and the burden that put on the family to feed him. By creating these prosthetic arms, he was now able to feed himself and take care of himself, which took an incredible burden off his family. Yes, there are perils with any advances in technology, and using them smartly is so important. But putting your head in the sand and not finding ways to embrace the advances, frankly, it's just silly. If you can have a thinking partner that helps you cut your time in doing things, helps you have access to more information than you ever had. I know it's kind of sad that there's no more traveling salesmen who sell us thesauruses at our doorstep. But my gosh, again, what I'm holding in my hand gives me access to anything in a second. There's so much good happening in our world. I encourage you to focus on the joy, the advances, the happinesses, the lives that are saved. We're able to create food from these technology advances that are feeding people. It's amazing. Open your eyes, your mind, your heart to all that can be so good. And that's another Wisdom Wednesday. Join me on my YouTube channel at Paula Harris 1. Hey, share this with someone who might benefit.